Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Tricky World. So today we will be discussing on one of the very powerful analytical tool which is a market leader and most of the companies are using for their data analysis. So that tool is Power BI from Microsoft, part of Power Platform. So Power BI is majorly we use for data modeling, transformation of data or visualizational part, sharing and collaboration of reports, dashboards. So that is the main use of Power BI application. So I will start from very scratch how we can start learning the Power BI. So this is the icon. I have installed a Power BI application on my system. So let me open this particular application. Along with this application there is a Excel file. We have dummy sales data. I will open this as well. So in this particular Excel file we have dummy data, dummy sales data, where we have columns date, region, representative name, item, units, unit cost and total. So this is a very simple data which I will try to import into Power BI, and I will try to analyze certain fields or certain parameters. So if I go back to the Power BI, this is the window which we get once we open the Power BI application. So the interface, if we talk about interface of Power BI, that is, I have classified interface into 5 different parts. So I have noted these 5 parts in a notepad. First is data import. So in order to work on Power BI we need some data in Power BI. We need to import some data from any source. It could be Excel file, CSV file, some SAP system direct. So we need some data from some source so that we can import that data into Power BI. So that is the first step. Second step, once we have import of data into Power BI, there is a transformational part. We transform that data. So again there are I guess 5 different ways to transform the data in Power BI. If I on very high level, if I share one, most of the use cases are for DAX. Most of the transformational part we do in DAX. DAX is a language. Like in Excel we have formulas, same in DAX we put formulas or measures. DAX is the first way how we can transform the data. Then we have Power Query or M language, both are same. So with the Power Query we can transform data. There is a Python language externally we can install and we can transform the data with the help of same. R language and external tools we can get installed. External tools include Tableau editor, DAX Studio. So these are the certain ways in Power BI we can utilize in order to transform the data. So that is the second part. Third part is relationships. So relationships are nothing, it's just like there are more than one table, there are 2 or more than 2 tables. There is a primary key which are in 2 tables. We can just connect those 2 primary keys and we can create a relationship between the tables. The benefit of creating relationships would be like in Excel we put VLOOKUP for fetching any specific column values. So same purpose will get resolved by making relationships of tables in Power BI. So broadly these 2 options we combine and call as a data modeling. Then once we are ready with our data model, we perform visualizational part. There are certain visuals which are pre-defined or pre-given in Power BI, or we can import customized visuals as well from market space marketplace. So we need to create visuals, and last one is, once we have created visuals, last one would be to publish the dashboard on Power BI server. So if in the backend you can see there is a publish icon. So once we will publish our dashboard on Power BI server, there will be a link which will get generated, and we can control the permissions of that link, and we can share and collaborate as per our requirement. So this is a broadly the Power BI structure. So now I will start from very first step, which is the import of data. So import of data, only option which we need to see, that is this get data. We can click, there are many options, we can click on more, there are other options as well. We can import data from different sources. So in my case I will click on Excel workbook, and on my desktop dummy sales data I will select. In that particular Excel file there are sheets, multiple sheets would be there. So in my case there is only one sheet with the name of report, so only one tab is there. We can check and we can load into data model. So now first step of this notepad we have completed, we have imported the data. Now second step we need to perform, which is the transformation part. So it's still loading. Yeah, so for transformation we need to go to these three. So there is a very left side, this particular pane, first icon is for report. Report means visualization, for creating visuals. Here we have options of visualizations. So this will be the last step once our data modeling is done. Second is data tab. This is a very important tab. In case we want to perform any transformation, we can go into this particular data tab. All data will be there. Like in Excel we had a view of the data, same view we can get here by clicking on this particular data option. And here we have the same columns, order date, region, representative, and on the very right side we have report, which is a data. Only one table we have, we can have multiple tables, multiple imports as well. So here transformational part, if I say I can create a new column, calculated column, I can create a new calculated table out of this, I can create a new measure. So I will give very simple example. Let's say I will create a new column. I will click here, new column. So here column has come. Column, I can give the name, maybe let's say year is equal to, out of order date column I need to fetch the year. What I can do, I can put simple DAX, I can put here simple DAX year, and I can select this column. Oops, sorry. So I can type the name of column, order date, and I can close bracket. I will make an enter. So one new column has been created with the year, and a year is there. So like Excel, we apply formulas the same way. Most of the formulas terms are same, we can replicate here in Power BI. So this is how we can create a new columns, calculated columns. I will give one example of measure as well. Table tools, there is an option of creating new measure. Measure is nothing. Let's say there are values in certain column and we need to summarize those values. For that purpose we use measure. For example, I will click on new measure. So I will put here total, and I will put sum of last column, which is total. So total is already used. Okay, so I will put total value. So what exactly this has done, it has created one measure, total value, and it has a value which is assigned to this measure, total of this column. So this is how we have completed the second part, which is a transformation part. Third, relationships is nothing, the third tab which we were discussing, model. Currently we have only one table. In case we will have two or more than two, all tables will be visible here. With the primary key we can create relationships. We have all the fields, we can drag and drop. So that is a relationship. Then next we have visualization part. Once we are ready with our data model, we can come back to first, where we create visuals. On right side again we have three panes which are very important panes. The very first from right, we will have our data, table and fields. On second pane we will have visualization samples, we can choose as per our requirement. And on third we can put filters. So let's say I want to create a table, so there is the option matrix, I can select this. Here we have this, and down below we have option of rows, columns, values, same like we have in pivot table in Excel, same we have here. Let's say in rows I want to put region. Okay, sorry, so region I have put here. And total value measure we had created, we can put that measure here. It will automatically split the value, total value, into the regions. So this is all we need. Now we can convert to any chart. Let's say this particular chart, I can click here, I can click here. So as per our requirement, we can select the chart and visualizations are done. So this is the visualization part, how we perform in Power BI. And last one is share and collaboration. Once we are done with our all visuals, then we can click on this publish icon. It will publish our this dashboard on server, Power BI server, and we will get a link, and we can share that link with our stakeholders, or as per our requirement we can control the permissions as well. So this is all on Power BI basic training part. Look forward for more trainings I will be creating on Power BI. Thanks for watching Tricky World.